So the stats for the month of May for the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board were just released, and we are going to unpack some of those and go over what it means and where we're at and perhaps where we're going to go in the next couple months. But first, I'm Dave Mason with the Dave Mason Real Estate Group. Thank you for watching my content. If you like the videos that I put out, do me a big favor, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this video, and if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section and I'll be happy to respond. So yes, the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board, they just released the stats for the month of May, and there's some pretty big numbers and some pretty big things to unpack here. The first thing is obviously the amount that we have seen the sales decrease in comparison to the month of May. Now, when I say sales, don't get that confused with values. Those are two separate things, but yeah, in regards to the sales and the amount of transactions taking place in the market, we've seen over a 50% decrease in the month of May in comparison to May of 2021. Now, what is a contributing factor to that? Well, there are a few things, and that first one is going to be the amount of inventory available to buyers. Now, we've seen it triple since the month of December. Yes, usually you see obviously a bit of an increase in inventory in comparison from December to a spring market, but I mean, for it to triple, that's giving a lot of buyers who are actually in the market more selection. And when a buyer has more selection, they're obviously going to take their time making decisions, and therefore there's some properties that are going to sit on the market for a couple weeks, months, and then even start to do some price reductions. At that point, it's going to start affecting values. And yeah, we are seeing the values of properties softened. Not incredibly much. I mean, if you still bought your property last year in May, you're still up like 25, 30%, depending where you're at in the market and what you own, but you're still up significantly from last year. However, if you purchased the property, towards the end of last year, beginning of this year, you might see a bit more of a reduction in the value of the property that you purchased. Now, what are causing these things? Well, again, I touched on inventory. The second thing is going to be the buyer speculation. There are some buyers who are actually in the market, they're active, but then you have those buyers who are kind of waiting out and they're taking the wait and see approach, and they see these prices soften. They're seeing more inventory come on the market, so they're not in a really rush. So they're sitting on the sidelines and they're kind of waiting and saying to themselves, well, how much more will these prices go down? And maybe it's going to be more advantageous for me to wait. The second thing is going to obviously be the interest rate hikes. We've seen a few of those this year. We just saw one in June, and that is obviously playing a pivotal role in what is taking place in the market. It has taken some buyers out of the market because they've gone from being able to afford a certain product to maybe not being able to afford that. And it's also causing more of this buyer speculation, anticipating that we're going to see values drop even more. So what do I think is going to be taking place here in the next couple of months? Well, I think we're going to have a pretty slow summer. Summer is traditionally slow, but I think it's going to be slower than most. And the reason being is, well, the ripple effects from the interest rate hikes that we just saw will probably still continue to take place until about the beginning of September is my thought process. And I also think it's going to give sellers a little bit of time to digest the fact that they cannot get yesterday prices. It's still hard as a seller, and I have to respect that, to look at what you could have got in January, February, maybe March in comparison to what you can get now. Yes, it's all relative. No matter what, you're moving up, you're moving down. The prices most likely have gone the same way, but it's a lot to digest, and it does affect your decision in some way or another. And I feel that once we kind of get into that September market, the fall market, perhaps it'll be a little more easy to digest as a seller. You'll look at more comparable sales in the recent 2 to 3 months and be like, okay, this is what my home's worth. I'm okay with that, and then we'll move forward. So as far as the summer months go, yeah, it's probably going to be slower. As a buyer, there will be opportunity. And you know what? As a seller, there's always opportunities there too. If you market your home properly and you make sure you price it correctly, you are going to get fair value for it, and you're going to be able to make the move up the property ladder or downsize, whatever your plan is. So that's kind of what's taking place, and that's what I feel is going to take place in the next couple of months. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or if you have any market things that you'd like to talk about, feel free to book a call with me, leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Dave Mason with the Dave Mason Real Estate Group. Thanks again for watching, and stay safe.